Right. Wait for some people to jump on, and then we're going to test a couple of things. We're going to test a couple of things. Everybody's probably out doing stuff. Saturday morning. They're all having fun. No one's around. Oh, there's one person around. Hello, one person around. How you doing? Happy Saturday. Right, so we're going to test in a minute increasing the base priority of the power service, because that seems to decrease the latency a little bit. So I want to have a look to see what effect that has on FPS. Hello, Mr. First. How you doing? I'm not going to attempt to pronounce your name, I'm afraid. I can probably get my son to pronounce it, but I can't pronounce that. So yeah, we're gonna test in a sec. We're gonna test increasing the base priority of the power service process from normal to above normal, and that does seem to drop the latency a little bit. So I'm then going to benchmark it in FPS. If it gives a little bit better FPS, I'll then benchmark it in my latency environment as well. The other thing I want to test is there's some registry entries for full screen optimization that kind of change from the default as I've done things in my guide. There's one value that's gone from 0, well, non-existent to 2. And so I want to see whether changing that to 0 makes a difference there as well. Hey, Bill. Hey, TechX. Hey, Cry. How you doing? Right, so as I said, we're testing two things quick before lunch. We're testing increasing the base priority for the process that runs power config service. And we're going to test a little FSO, full screen optimization, registry change to see if that makes any difference, because people are saying it's better, but until I've tested it, I don't know what the word better means. It could just mean, oh yeah, I've gone onto a Fortnite server with a better ping. Who knows? So we're going to have a look. We're going to have a look. You don't want to test that custom. So I tested the custom power plan earlier, the ZAL one, and it pretty much broke my latency. So I'm a bit shy to do any others now. This went over 2, and that went over 1 something. So I don't know. I'm kind of wanting to stick with Ultimate, and then if there are some suggestions to change in Ultimate, I'm all ears. But whacking a load of custom power plans on, I don't know. I don't know. Thank you for you've helped me a lot. Excellent. Good. Right, so let's try it. So at the moment, let me show you. So what we're talking about here, the first thing I want to test is if you go into Task Manager and list out all the services. There's one called Power. Right, PID, Process ID 764. But you can see there's a few running on 764, so it's kind of bundled in with these ones. But what you can do is you can right click and go to details, and then it will take you to the actual service host that's 764 that's running it. And then what you can do is you right click that, set priority, and you can go from normal to above normal. So we're going to start off getting a baseline with it default, and then we'll do that, we'll put it up 1 level, and then we'll run it again. Okay? So it did help drop the latencies a bit earlier, so when I tested this quickly. So let's see what it does actually in game, because that's the important place. We can do what we want and get lower latencies processes in Windows, but if it doesn't make any difference in game, then I don't really care. What are we starting? We're starting CapFrameX and we're starting Epic Games Launcher. So we'll do a run through with my standard benchmark replay, and then we'll clean out the cache, run, run one with the standard set up and then immediately change the priority and run another one straight after. No rebooting, no resetting required for that change, so it should be pretty consistent back to back. You bought different wireless and wired behaves differently in terms of sensitivity and delay. The best one at the moment you have is 1000 Hertz. Okay, cool. Let us know how it goes. Oh, come on, I've got afterburner stats on as well. Don't need them. Let's take those afterburner stats off. These young little whippersnappers. There you go. We need to go and find our benchmark replay while it's still valid before Epic do a code update. There we go, bench 1000. Oh, what am I capping at as well? That's a good question. What should I cap at? Should I cap at the 300? So I did really on my Discord in the benchmark section. But this was highly illuminating. You're running the same replay back to back with different FPS caps. And then you go on to this one, FPS. That to me is one of the best graphs I've ever done for benchmarking. You can see the top one is me capping at 360. The middle one is, green one's me capping at 300. Exactly the same replay. And then the bottom one's me capping at 240. So you can see something happens about here that my computer, the very best it can do is about 260. The very best. So when I'm capping at 240, it obviously isn't effective because it can do the 260. So the problem is if I am benchmarking everything at 240, then I don't it's not really very much to go. It's almost perfect already. So it's difficult kind of improving on the perfection. So maybe I should be capping at 300 just so that we get a bit of a workout going. You just get a bit of a workout going here. Right. So, yeah. So should we cap at 300? I think we should cap at 300. I think 360 is a bit too extreme. I mean, you can see the differences for things better if you cap at 300, but it's not really a valid place that I should be capping at because those little straight lines aren't. There's not many of them. Whereas this is just like a single string with a little bit of wobble. So yeah, maybe we'll benchmark at 300. So let's set that. Let's set that to 300. We'll be fair. We'll do frame times as well. We'll do frame times to make it smoother. Right. So everything's fair. So we need time 1000. Take us to there. We want the third person to be gameplay. We want the FPS to stabilize a bit, and then we press space and that. Space bar and that.
Capture started.
Right, so this will run through the cache. Make sure no temp files have been deleted since I last restarted Fortnite or last restarted Windows. So this will fill in all the cache. Then we can run another 3-minute replay to get the recording for the default setting, and then we'll make that change to the power service priority, and then we'll try it again. Yeah, so this is only a little stream before lunch because I'm going to need to do lunch soon. It's just about to be noon. It's about to be midday. I'm going to put some food on soon. Yeah, I don't know about the power plans. I don't know. I think ultimately, even if I find somebody else's power plan to use that's better than Ultimate, I'd still think in my guide, I'd basically say start with Ultimate, make these couple of changes in it. I think that's just more generic for everybody. Otherwise, if I take somebody else's power plan, then people are going to be coming back with kind of, oh, Valorant doesn't work very well if I use this power plan, and that's going to be then on me. And I don't really want that. But by changing a couple of things within Ultimate, if they're better or worse, then the onus is on the person doing it, not me or the person that made the power plan. That makes sense? Is VMX cheats good or bad? No cheats are good. None. The only cheat that's good is if you optimize your PC, and you've got a competitive advantage from doing that. That's the only good cheat. Optimize your PC. Hey, Zambo's here as well. Why does your sound cut out showing Elgato? So what happens is my audio, my mic and my headphones are connected to the gaming PC, and but the audio actually routes through my Elgato to the streaming PC. So every time the Elgato, if I do an Alt Tab or something, the Elgato kind of changes what it's looking at for the screen. So it kind of goes blank for a couple of seconds, and so you lose audio. I need to get myself a setup where I can basically plug my headphones straight into like a mix amp thing, proper mix amp, that then splits the signal over to the gaming computer and streaming computer.
Capture
but
finished.
My streaming computer has is just a laptop, and it doesn't have the input ports to do that. So I can't even buy something at the moment until I get my new computer and then change my gaming computer to be a streaming computer. I'm afraid you're stuck with this. Right, so we're going to go again. That was the cache one. So let's go for another 3 minutes. That should be a bit smoother this one. What else we got? Will there be Wi-Fi optimization to reduce packet loss in games via soft TCP optimizer? Will there be Wi-Fi optimization to reduce packet loss in games? So for Wi-Fi, the difference between Wi-Fi and Ethernet is Wi-Fi is much more subject to outside interference and things. So walls block it. If you stick your microwave on, it's gonna impact it. So it's much more impacted by what's going on in your house. So it's difficult to have a guide on optimizing for Wi-Fi, because really the optimization for Wi-Fi is replace it with Ethernet if you're gaming. I know some people can't do that. But a better solution is a kind of in-between solution between Wi-Fi and straight Ethernet, is to get power line adapters, those little plugs that you can basically plug into your wall, and then it uses your home electricity cables around your house as a network. So you can plug your router. You can plug one of these power line adapters near your router, and then Ethernet from the router to the power line adapter, and then get another power line adapter next to your gaming console or PC, and then run an Ethernet from that to your console or PC from the power line adapter near you. And that will drop your ping typically by about 10 compared to Wi-Fi. So when I was doing this, I had a PS4 up in my very top floor, and I originally was using Wi-Fi, and I was getting 20 ping worse than if I plugged it into the Ethernet. I then moved to power line adapters, and then it was only 10 ping worse. So really, network-wise, there's not much difference between optimizing for Wi-Fi, power line adapters, or Ethernet. Really, the optimization is actually physical things around your house. Right, what else? 22 seconds left on this, and then we'll make the change. I've seen some people using AI to aim. I don't know if it's real. Yeah, it's called aim assist on the server. I swear even keyboard and mouse players are getting aim assist at the moment on the servers. The servers are using AI to help you aim. I swear even keyboard and mouse players are getting that. Right, so done that. We're going to make this power setting change now. Method that I showed you a minute ago, but I'm going to do it through processor because it's just easier. So all I have to do is basically put power in here to kind of search on it, and then it finds the service host.exe that's running the power one. There it is, power. But obviously, look, it's running a few: broker infrastructure, decom launch, LSM, plug and play, power, and event system event broker. So it's running a few things. But you can see the priority class here is normal. So what we're going to do is we're going to bump that up one level. CPU priority, always, and we're going to go above normal. So we're going to go from normal to above normal. We're going up one level. So let's put it to above normal now. Okay. See if it's better or if it's worse. Right, ready? Steady, go.
Capture started.
Capture started, right. Custom power plans can only be applied to the individual system in my custom. Yeah, I mean, it's very, very user specific, isn't it? This is why I think I want to just start on Ultimate, and if somebody's got some good suggestions on what you can tweak within Ultimate, then I'm all ears, and then I can put that in my guide. Do you think even if you have 500 FPS and low latency, you can make it even lower with tweaks? Well, I think Bill said that to me the other day. He said when Chip gets his new PC and we install straight Fortnite straight after the Windows install, do nothing else, and he's getting over 1,000 FPS, do you really need to tweak it? And I said, yeah, because default Windows is going to be really, really high latency, because default Windows is basically built for office workers. It's not built for gamers, so you still have to optimize the latency on it. Even if you've got ridiculous hardware, it's not going to help. What are you doing today? Hey, Brendan. So right now we're doing we're testing a little tweak to the power service, the Windows power service. We're increasing its priority from normal to above normal. We're just bumping it up one. And when I tried this in just latency one earlier, it did actually reduce latency numbers. So I'm curious to see what it's going to actually do to FPS in game. If it makes it a bit better, I'll then try it actually in my latency testing environment to see whether it's better there as well. Does Ethernet optimization work good? Because I get steady 10 to 0 and don't want to ruin it. Well, what have you done so far, Miracle? Because it's very easy to reset your network stack. In Windows, you just press the Windows key and type in reset network, and then it actually gives you an option to do that. And in fact, in my guide, I've got a section on how to do that to start from a clean slate. So if you're worried about making some changes, then it's easy to go back. And again, restore points. Do a restore point. You can create one manually, really easy, in like 30 seconds. Make a change, and then if you don't like it, just go and restore back again. Right, 9 seconds, 8 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
Capture finished.
Right, finished. Right, let's have a look. Let's have a look at the results. So, this is power service priority normal. this one is going to be power service priority above normal. Yeah. Let's have a look. Comparisons. All right. So, well, this is interesting, isn't it? So, we got better FPS with it normal, and we got better lows with it normal, and this standard deviation FPS is a measure of how much the FPS goes up and down. So the lower the number, the smoother it is. And it was smoother or normal. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to recommend that. I mean, as I say, my latency went down a little bit, but my FPS has got worse. Right, priority normal. So look, it's not dipping so much for these. Priority normal is better. Yep, smoother. There's less red, orange, yellow, dark blue for priority normal, the default. 14.5 versus 14.5. Let's see what it's doing with the actual power. What am I looking at? Analysis. So the first one was normal. Yeah, no big latency spikes. Okay, look at the scale here. We're only at 40, so no 200 millisecond latency spikes. So it was a decent run for both of these. Stuttering's actually worse. It's not looking good for the tweak. Let's have a look at the sensor data. So power-wise, CPU power 82 versus 82. Well, it really didn't do anything, did it, to the power? Absolutely did nothing. CPU load was exactly the same, 61 and 61. Temperatures was actually 1 degree more hotter for the second run, but I would say that's a non-tweak. I think I'm going to put this, let's put this back to normal and just make sure it wasn't the fact that I ran it second. See, always, let's just put it back to normal, to none. There we go, it's back to normal again now. Let's run it again, just to rule out the fact that it wasn't a little bit hotter. I want to be sure. Time 1000. Let's stabilize a bit. If you want to go.
Capture started.
There are several meal plan schemes. Yeah, there's loads of power plants, custom power plans out there, loads. I would love to see this. What did you use for lower latency numbers? So that tweak is what I use for lower latency numbers. That one there, where we just changed the priority. There's this very clickability YouTube. He's called you shouldn't watch him. He's actually stolen my stuff before, giving me no credit for it. He puts my I remember I did an Excel spreadsheet with every single kind of low latency modes and comparing everything. And my spreadsheet, and he nicked it, put it in, made it the centerpiece for one of his videos, and got like 100,000 views on it, and pretended he did it. It was clearly my screenshot. So yeah, he's banned for life. He is. What you want to do is, that's 5 minutes of what you want to do is, no. Block him, ban him, get rid of him. I don't care if people take my stuff as long as they give me credit and pretend it's theirs. Check 1% low, so I can do that as well. Yeah, aren't there other factors like how long your PC has been running? Yes, which is why I'm now doing a second one again, just to see if it's better. But I mean, if I'm doing them back to back within 3 minutes, it shouldn't be that different. But if it was between a couple of hours and the computer had been running for a few hours, then yeah. Yeah, he has 1.2 million subs across different channels. He's getting money from other people's stuff. That's exactly what he does. Is it different to test with no build and with building active in Fortnite? It doesn't matter. As long as the test is the continuous thing, as long as it's the same test parameters each time, and you change one setting and then you run it twice, then you can then tell whether something's better or worse. It's not about what values it gets. It's really about whether it's better or worse. And all my stuff is really based on whether it's better or worse. If it's better, it stays. If it's worse or the same, it goes. That's how I do everything. And if the facts change, I change my mind.
Capture finished.
Right. So in theory, if this was, so this is the second one of these, normal, and we're going to go normal 2. Right, comparison. Normal 2. Bar charts. Yeah, look at that. So normal, the second run, I'm not saying that, it's quite similar to the second. So that's the third run, that's the second run, that's the first run. But the fact that this is above the tweak still after 3 runs says to me that the tweak is not in any way better. So we've run default, then we ran the tweak, and then we ran default again. You wanted to see the lows, didn't you? Change that to 0.1 percentile. There you go. Yeah, that was the worst. The 0.1 percentile lows. Not much in that, to be honest. I mean, even if I'd done this one first and then this one second, I would, and ignored the top one, even if we ignored the top one, right, and said, oh, look, there's not really much difference in it, I will not include a tweak in my guide that doesn't make a significant difference. Well, I won't do it. There's no point. There's no point in you spending 5 minutes or 10 minutes of your life doing a tweak that makes pretty much no difference. And that actually makes the lows worse. So even if we got rid of the first one, then it's still not better, is it? No, I think that's not happening. Any opinion on exit lag? Yes, I like exit lag. I run exit lag. That's down here. What it does is it might not improve your ping. Depends on the routes you're taking. Basically, it might improve your ping, but it might not. But what I like about it is it's just multiple concurrent connections, whereby if one of the connections loses a packet of data, then it probably still comes down one of the other ones, and so you still get it. So it reduces packet loss. And the problem with UDP protocol is most of the internet, right? TCP or UDP, 2 protocols. TCP is a handshake protocol, which means you send some data and then to a server, and then it's got to basically say, yes, I received it, back again, and then you send another one. So it's slower because it's doing that handshake. It's saying, yes, I receive, yes, I receive, yes, I receive. It's more secure. You're more likely to have the packets all turn up, kind of thing. You get everything, but it's slower because it's doing that handshake. UDP, which is used for gaming, is not a handshake protocol. You basically just fire information one way and assume it gets there. It's not registered delivery at all. So because we're gaming on UDP, having those multiple exit lag connections at the same time kind of builds in that redundancy, that safety net, that you will still get the packets. So it definitely helps with packet loss, exit lag, and I use it more for that than reducing my ping. Make sense? What other tweaks are you doing today, since I enjoy watching them? I don't know what I'm going to do later, but I'm going to put some lunch on in probably about 20 minutes or so. But one thing I did want to do is jump into my latency testing environment now, swing a pickaxe for a bit and use NVIDIA Reflex Latency Analyzer built into my monitor. And I want to change a full screen optimization value in the registry that apparently makes latency lower and smoother. I personally don't think so. I'll show you which one I'm talking about. This one, right? So you got full screen optimization in Windows, and you got full screen exclusive mode and full screen FSE. Full screen exclusive mode basically locks your screen to the game. Full screen optimization mode's kind of running in full screen windowed mode. But so in the olden days, back in the past, full screen exclusive mode used to be the very lowest latency, because it's basically saying, okay, you can't have any other processes accessing the screen right now. You're only getting your game. So that used to be the lowest latency. Microsoft has been working on full screen optimization modes for years now, and it's actually pretty close to where FSE is, to the point where now on my new builds, I don't actually bother forcing full screen exclusive mode, because to force full screen exclusive mode, you have to do a load of registry changes, like in here, and you have to disable game bar. You have to right-click, edit the executable, go in the compatibility tab, disable FSO, and then you have to reset your temporary directory, so like Fortnite game in local app data, recreate that, and then you can get full screen exclusive mode running. So you really have to do a lot of stuff to get full screen exclusive mode running, FSE. And so I've now got to the point where I just can't be bothered. So it's so close FSO that just leave it as Windows. So by default, when you install Windows, I think the only thing, there's like one thing in this registry folder, game config store. There's only one thing. I think it's the top one. I can't remember now. These don't even exist. But as I've built my system, something has added these, and I'm not quite sure what it was, because I know the Chris Titus tool for debloating does do something in here, but I deliberately didn't click that option. Let me give a second. Give me a second. Hang on. Hopefully my wife's not upside down in a ditch in her car right now, because I just basically cut her off. All right, give me a second. My wife's calling me. Hi, I'm live on stream. Are you all right? Okay. All right, I'll talk to you later. Oh my God. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, she's gone to see her parents on the motorway. I just want to make sure she's not upside down in a ditch somewhere. No, she's fine. Anyway, so yeah, so one of the guys on my Discord was saying that if you change this one, game DVR FSC behavior mode, from 2 to 0, it's actually lower latency. But he's basing that on in-game, how the game feels. So I want to actually measure it. So what we're going to do in a minute, I'm going to boot into my latency measuring environment, and I am going to swing some pickaxes to find out what it's like on 2, and then I'm going to change this to 0, reboot, and then run it again and see if it's better on 0. What we're about to test. So this was an epic fail. So we're not going to go moving from testing FPS to testing latency when it appears on the screen. Not many people can test end-to-end latency, so. Here we go. So I'll reboot into my test environment. Give me a sec. Anybody lot paid in? Well, we're about to test different FSO settings. Not probably should do it in DX12 actually, because I've got it locked for performance mode at the moment, and to undo it, all those changes in the registry and things, I don't have a script to undo it. So we're going to run the latency tests on. We're going to run them on. DX12 to compare before and after. Because I know because DX11 can run FSO and FSE. DX12 can only run FSO, full screen optimizations. So we'll kick that off. I tried FSO and FSE, and yes, it was very close bench, but I can hit average hard. I can hit average hard on FSO. Hit average hard. Not sure what that means. Yeah, after all these, C doesn't work on DXL. That's correct. Not sure if you know, but for your NVIDIA GPU guide, which I love, there's something called NVIDIA Profile Inspector. Yeah, I've been down that road before, Brendan. It didn't help. I've tried loads of different profile inspector tweaks. Tried it, and that didn't help. Yeah, I really want to do rebar. I'm desperate to do rebar, but I can't because my GPU doesn't support rebar. It's too old. It's a 2080 Ti. So as soon as I get my new computer, that's one of the very first things I'm going to test, rebar. I want to know. I want to know for sure. We need our latency preset 100 skin, don't we? This one. And we also need to switch to DX12. Oh, we've done now. That's the thing, you can't force it in. I've tried memory management things in Profile Inspector. I've tried loads of tweaks in there. Loads of tweaks. None of them worked. None of them was worth it. It's something you can do on all GPUs. Recently I did it. Yeah, but don't you have to reflash the BIOS? And I think my BIOS is a bit messed up on my GPU, to be honest. I think I installed the wrong one a while ago. That was, I don't know, but there was something weird about it, and now I can't change it. So I'm just going to leave it. It works. I'm just going to leave it. Right, creative, play, go. Right, so we need our little overlay. Hello, little overlay for performance measuring. When running latency mod, should I have nothing else opened? Yes, ideally. So the thing about latency mod, right, is it's fine as long as you're a consistent test. So you don't really want things going on, and the easiest way to work out, get that scenario to have a consistent background test is basically reboot the computer and then wait a minute for it to settle down, and then start a latency mod. You just want a consistent test. That's all you want. And then it goes back to, you don't really care whether it's what number it is, it's whether it's just better or worse. All right. What we're running? I assume we're running that frequency. So we're going to do some pickaxe swinging. Anybody want to fall asleep? Oh, I need to turn on my NVIDIA Reflex Latency processor chip. That's always a good idea in my monitor. On. Right, we're on. We're on. There we go, 6.6, 8.9, 6.8. Right, okay. Cool, good to go. Right, this is what I'm running at the moment with that value as 2. Remember that value? Yeah, we're gonna. So let's double check it's 2 on this before we do anything. Double check. Let's see what it is, because I've probably run something else on here and it's probably changed it to something completely different. There we go. So we want reg editor. We don't want priority control. We want. We've got it in favorites. Let's just actually add that to favorites. It's quite a cool trick, that adding things to favorites where you want to go before. So we want current user. Come on. Oh, it's going to be a pain, isn't it? Don't do that. Right. Current user. Then we want system and game config store. That's what we want. So you can see there's a few 2s in there actually. So on my other clean environment, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually back this up and then we're going to play with these values. So let's export it. And let's back up this. So this is the game config store. So we'll just export it in here and then we can re-import it afterwards. It's only got a couple of children, so it's obviously been reset. So this is what I'm running at the moment. I'm just looking at what I have in my rebuilt system the other day. These are pretty much all 0s up until behavior mode, this one, which I have 2. So let's run it with this. Then let's set all these to 0. I'm almost tempted to take a screenshot as well. I want to take a screenshot. Click on a screenshot. Make sure we're getting all these before we start messing around with them. Paint it. Oh, crop. Save as. I'll just save. And what was it? I was sticking it in documents. Where was that reg? Is that where I stuck the thing? I can't remember where I put it now. No, it was just my documents. It was in here. So game config score. We're going to have a play. All right, so that's where we're starting. So let's get a baseline for this. I think I need to reboot between each one of these, which is not ideal when you're trying to run back-to-back latency tests, because that can introduce a little bit of a little more of a margin of error. But we're going to quickly zoom through these before I need to get some food. Oh my God, you guys are asking lots of questions. I'm never going to get through this if you ask lots of questions. It's not Velop. It's not about the PC parts. As I said earlier, I think when we get Ship's new spaceship computer, he's going to be able to run 1000 FPS out of the box without tuning anything. But the latency will be awful until you've tuned it because of Windows OS and because of the default BIOS settings. So it doesn't matter whether they're getting faster or not. You need to still apply the settings. Right. Okay. Here we go. So this is the settings we're going to use at the moment. So let's reset the averages so that the averages are dashed down there. So we reset it and we're going to do 50 pickaxe swings to get an average. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. 9.1. So there is some variation here because the last test I did, they're all about 8. So we run it again just in case. 9.1. I swear it depends whether you got a battle eye day or an easy anti-cheat day. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I know why they're higher. We're running DX12 versus performance mode. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. So 9.1 again, that's pretty consistent. All right, everybody remember 9.1. So now we're going to make those registry changes. And we'll see whether it's better or worse, or what's going on. All right. So should we set everything? We're going to break everything here. We're going to set all these to 0 apart from that one, which is 2, which is what's on my main gaming environment. Yeah, we're going to have to put these back to how they were. But for now, we're going to set all these to 0. So I know for a fact that these are all 0 on my main gaming one because I checked it earlier. I posted it in my Discord and I can look at it right now in my Discord to compare what I posted. So VSE Gaming Behavior 2, it's the only one that isn't that. Right, okay. So I think I need to reboot for that to kick in. So we'll reboot quick. All right. I think I found how to fix the G-Sync delay with a second monitor. Very interesting. After CSU all resolutions native on my main monitor. G-Sync delay. The problem with G-Sync and 2 monitors is it's bugged in the driver. And if you actually do a CapFrame X replay, you'll see a huge latency spike every 10 seconds if you run G-Sync with more than one monitor. So it's not just about delay. It's about it's a bug, and it's been there for years, and they haven't fixed it. It's in the release notes for pretty much every NVIDIA driver. All right, so let's just double check that persisted. Right, there we go. So everything 0s apart from that one's 2. Why am I starting that? Why am I doing that? Don't do that. Stop it. That one I want. Weird question. My brother plays Roblox, so I've used processor C. Should I change the CPU priority to high or leave it as normal? What, for Roblox? I don't know. I don't know what anti-cheats it does. The problem with Fortnite is that Easy Anti-Cheat blocks any manipulation of the Fortnite executable. Anything. Won't let you do it. Battle days will let you do it, but Easy Anti-Cheat days won't, so there's no point in doing it. I don't know what the anti-cheat is for Roblox, I'm afraid. So I can't tell you whether it will work or not. One. Has Bifron anti-cheat. It lets you change it for me. Oh, cool. Easy anti-cheat is annoying. You get lower FPS on an Easy Anti-Cheats day as well compared to Battle Eye days. Battle Eye is much less intrusive. But obviously neither of them actually works in Fortnite given the number of cheaters. Neither of them works. And why they even bother? Oh, Rapid just went live. It's got a notification. Right, let's go test. So the way you test generally whether full screen exclusive mode's working or FSO's working is if you want FSE working, then if you've got a volume control on your keyboard, see that thing down there? That won't work if you're running FSE. FSE will say, no, I'm sorry, you're not allowed to use the screen, only your game is. So that's how you typically test whether FSE is working or not. So obviously I'm in DX12 right now, where FSE doesn't even work at all ever. So that's why my volume button's working. Right, what are we doing? Let's run again. So we've now got everything zeros apart from that too, yeah? We're going to restart the stats. And we'll do another 50. So 9.1 to beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. 9.2. So I would say margin of error, that's exactly the same. So I think what we've just changed did nothing. Yeah, to FSE, to FSO, sorry. I'd say that didn't change anything. Or we can run it again quick, but 9.2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Wow, this is way worse. Why is this so much worse? Well, I'm 10.1 right now. It's coming down now. Did I miss something while I was looking at chat? Let's just go really, really high. It's certainly not better latency, is it, than 9.1? Certainly not better latency. So we're going to go with all zeros. Oh no, we've gone down to 8.8 now. Make up your mind. 8.7, coming down. Has it reset? It took 50 and then reset, I think. Okay, anyway. Let's go and tick tock. Let's go and change all these to zeros now. All of them are zeros. Yeah? So we've almost certainly broken full screen exclusive mode right now. Almost certainly. We can test that. We can test that in a sec. But let's reboot. Okay, so avail says, so in creative your ping's around 30 and in pubs it's double that. Probably because you're connecting to different servers. I always get lower ping in creative, whereas pubs, the servers are going to be being hammered much more heavily, so they're going to be responding slower to network requests. And it's probably a different location. I think I can actually get 50 ping in creative to NA East from London. 50 ping, whereas in game in BR, I'm probably 80 to 90 ping. So that's typical. That's typical. Nothing new there. Right, let's have a look. Right, all zeros. Yeah, we're on all zeros in here. Blah, 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 blah. Right, so after this, I'm going to put some lunch on, I'm afraid, and then I'll be back after lunch. And we can do some more testing, and then mid-afternoon, well, late afternoon, I'm probably going to run some sub-games or something, play with Wrapper or Ship, or both. Probably do that. Is filter keys worth it? I've seen it makes your debounce time quicker, but I'm not sure anymore. I don't know, I haven't tested filter keys, I'm afraid, Brendan. If you've got some findings, whack them on my Discord and I'll have a look. I can certainly play around if you give me a suggestion to have a look at something. Got a question? No! What's your question? Can you use window to full screen and stretch res? Well, if you're running DX12, that's exactly what you're doing if you're running stretch res. DX12 runs Windows full screen. Effectively. Well, yeah. So borderless. Not Windows full screen. Right. The only thing I need to check actually is if I've disabled... No, I wouldn't have disabled the FSO stuff, would I? Wouldn't have done that. That would be naughty of me. Let me double check. I hope I haven't done that. See, program files, Epic Games, Fortnite game, binaries, Win64. Right, have I changed any of these compatibility things? Okay, so I haven't done any disable full screen, which is interesting because I've got FSE running when I run performance mode on this environment, and I haven't been doing this step. So I've managed to do FSE without doing this step here, which is interesting. Forgot about that. Haven't touched it. Just completely default files there. 6 cores and 12 logical processors to say do affinity. So I'd leave hyperthreading on and just bung them on like core, your GPU on core 2 and 3 or 4 and 5. My recommendation. But again, laptops, the biggest thing you can do for a laptop is get a cooling pad and stick it underneath it. You want laptop advice, it's that. I mean, you think about how much space is in a full tower PC and how much airflow it can get through with all those big fans. And then you think about a laptop with how much space is between each component and how tiny the little fans are. I mean, gaming on a laptop is kind of crazy to me, to be honest. So a cooling pad is the best thing she can get, definitely. Start game. Right, so these is all zeros, remember? DX12, all zeros. Let's have a go. Let's have a look and see. Right, so we got all that up. Run a couple of test ones. Ready, steady, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Conclusive 9.2. Conclusive proof that changing those numbers does absolutely nothing to responsiveness and latency. They are the same. All you've probably done is broken full screen exclusive mode. Should we try that? Should we test that? See whether it works anymore. I'm pretty sure it won't now. So we switch back to performance mode. Restart the game. Let's see if it works. If my volume button works. If it doesn't, full screen exclusive mode still running. Remember, this is all zeros. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the only requirement is actually getting rid of game bar. I would not be surprised at all. It might work, it might not work now, we'll see. So rebooting into, so it's gone black for longer, I think. Logging in, gone black again. Alrighty, so we're in. Breaking. That's a lot of black. That's a lot of blacking. We're in performance mode right now. Let's have a look. No, it's broken FSE. So that's broken FSE. So we don't have full screen exclusive mode anymore for performance mode. Is anybody curious what FSO is on performance mode? Anybody? Because I am. So when I tested this ages ago, I basically built an environment, left all of FSO default, I then measured latency exactly like this, and then I did all the FSE tweaks in the registry. I disabled game bar, I uninstalled all the Xbox stuff, I reset the Fortnite config directory, and FSE was only a tiny bit lower latency. Margin of error level. So this is performance mode on FSO right now. Let's see how horrific it is. So yeah, okay. Before we do that, can you guys see down there what the render latency of my GPU is? Can you see that number? See, that's 0.3, right? Yeah, 0.4, 0.3. See that number? So that's my 2080 Ti, how long it's taking to basically render the frames. Yeah. So if you get a 4090 GPU in Fortnite for performance mode, how much latency do you think you're going to save when I'm already down to 0.3, 0.4? Are we going to go to negative numbers? Even if that was 0, you're only going to be saving like 0.3 milliseconds. And I personally can't feel 0.3 milliseconds input lag. It's just like, if you're buying a new computer to run Fortnite in performance mode, and you're deliberately going, oh, I'm going to get a 4090 because it's going to run amazing. How much more amazing do you think it's going to run? I'm already on 0.4, 0.3. Are we going to go to negative 20 or something? It's not possible. We're going to go back in time. As Bill suggested, it's AI, it's predictive, it's doing it in the future. I've got a 4090, it's about 0.2, 0.5. Thank you, Brendan. So all we're saving is 0.1, 0.2 milliseconds from spending a 4080, which is like $500 cheaper than like a 4090. So you're not getting more FPS, and you're definitely not really getting significantly better latency because there's nowhere to go. I mean, if you were running this in DX12 with everything epic, 1440p, then yes, I'd agree that then yeah, you're going to get some significant differences. But if you're if you're a competitive gamer and you're running performance mode to get the lowest latency, and you're running these stripped down, really basic graphics, buying a 4090 is literally throwing your money away. It's great if you're future proofing for new versions of the game or you're playing other games, then definitely. But for Fortnite in performance mode, it's kind of a waste of money buying a 4090. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. We were going to test what performance mode is on FSO, weren't we? That's what we're doing right now, as opposed to FSE. So we're going to reset the numbers and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. So about 8.4-ish. And it was actually better at the end of that test, so I'm tempted to run it again because I think it will be a bit better now. 8.4-ish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 99, 50. So again, about 8.3. Yeah. So I think I got a freakishly low score last night of 7.7 in doing this in performance mode with FSE. But then all the tests I did after that were about 8.3. And 8.3 is typically what I get when I run most of my tests for performance mode in FSE. It's typically what I get. So for me, no, last test, that was DX12, Brendan. So this is performance mode. So yeah, so performance mode can obviously is DX11, and it can use either full screen exclusive mode or full screen optimization mode. So FSE versus FSO. So this right now is performance mode with FSO. And you can see that the latency is really, really low, 8.3. So if I normally run this performance mode with FSE, it's normally around that as well. So this is why I now say it's really not worth jumping through all those hoops to force FSE onto your Windows system. It's not worth making the registry changes. It's not worth it's always worth uninstalling the game bar. Uninstalling all the Xbox apps. It's not worth them resetting all the config files. It's not worth then editing the compatibility for the EXEs. It's not worth doing all of that because it's effectively, Microsoft Windows have made FSO now as good as FSE. So it's just not worth doing it anymore. So yeah. So if you play performance mode in Fortnite, don't bother doing all the FSE stuff. If you want it completely default, yeah, I think so. I think I did a screenshot of pure Windows. But as I say, I think on my gaming environment, I posted a picture in the Discord suggested tweaks section of my environment that I created the other day, the brand new one. And I deliberately skipped in CTT, the debloat tool. I deliberately skipped doing the game DVR option. And what I've pasted in my Discord of what it looks like now. It's pretty much all zeros apart from that 1, 2. But as I've just shown, it really doesn't make a difference whether they're all zeros or one of them's 2 or anything. As long as FSO is running, you will get good latency. Yeah. So I think what I'm going to do is I mean, I don't really care. I need to put this back. Do I need to put this back? Do I just completely move away from full screen exclusive mode now? Because we've just shown that we don't even need it. So I just leave these all zeros if you want. But yeah, as I say, I think in absolute default Windows, when you first install it, there's a million things in children and parents because they're just kind of other defaults for games. And I think only one of these is actually in here. I can't remember which one it is though. I'd have to go and have a look. Oh, hang on, I might have it on my D drive. Let's have a look. Clean. Is there a clean picture? Clean picture PNG file. I want a picture. Maybe I'll put it in pictures. No, I don't think I'll put it in there. Screenshots. Oh, here we go. Clean PC. What's this one? That one? Well, I didn't even like that one. Why didn't that open? Looks like we don't support a JPEG. Interesting. I'm sure I had a picture of this for completely clean Windows. Clean. Can't see it at the moment. Backups, captures. No, that's something else. Documents. No. Where would I have put it? It might have got reset. There we go. Game DVR clean.reg. It's not a picture, but it's the actual reg for it. Edit with Notepad. Yeah, there we go. That's what it looks like. It's just game DVR. Is that where we are right now? No, that's game config store. That's a different one. That's a different one. There we go. Game config store. This one. Oh, that's got corrupt somehow. Not that one either. Should we go and have a look? I can show you. We're going to have a look. We'll jump into my clean environments and I'll show you. I'm going to leave this here for now. But that's very interesting. We've just proven FSE is not needed anymore on latest Windows 11. Might still be needed on latest Windows 10, by the way. But on Windows 11, no. Right, let's jump into my... Yeah, let's jump into my completely clean Windows. And then I'm going to do some lunch. completely clean Windows this. So all I've done is basically, yeah, I think that D drive's getting weird. All I've done is installed Windows 11 23H2. I've then installed Latency Mon, and I've turned on the high performance power plan. That's all I've done in this environment. Nothing else. No tweaks, no nothing. Yeah, so we're actually running 110 processes by default. I think I might have disabled thingy starting up. What have I disabled? Yeah, I disabled Teams starting up, Edge starting up, and OneDrive starting up. That's pretty much all I've done. So I've disabled those and left the security health tray. But yeah, no tweaks other than that. All right. So I'll show you what latency I'm getting on pure Windows. So the only thing it's sharing with the other environments is the hardware and the BIOS settings. Is this a bit high today? Am I in the right power plan? Power plan. Maybe I'm not in the right power plan. Power. I am on high performance. Oh, by the way, I saw somebody actually look at the high performance power plan versus the ultimate one and actually exported both, and there was only one change when disks fall asleep. That was literally the only difference between high performance and ultimate. Unless there's some extra hidden ones. They were comparing the default ones, and they actually kind of looked at all the hidden settings as well. But yeah, I thought that was quite interesting. 2 and 0.7. I swear I had this lower before. I had this like 0.5, 7. Maybe not. Anyway, what were we doing? We were having a look in the registry. Registry editor. And it was current user. I've got to try and remember now. Current user system game config store. It was this, wasn't it? Ah, that's interesting. So this has changed since I've updated to the latest Windows. Because I think there was only one thing in it when I first installed Windows. So that's interesting. So this is what it is by default. So FSC behavior 0, honor 0, and the only one that's enabled is the DVR. And you don't want DVR, you want to turn that off anyway. So that's interesting. So if I export that and I save it to my D drive, clean, what are we going to call it? Clean game config store. Okay, that'll include all these ones, but we can just have a look at the top. That is default Windows. That's what you get for default Windows. So having them all 0, I think is the equivalent, really. I think if you want to set it all to 0s, I think that's probably the equivalent. As I say, you don't really want game DVR running. I'm loath to do any tweaks here, but yeah, game bar. Let's have a look at this. Whoa, don't do that. Don't do that. How do I get out of this? How do I get out of that nonsense? Oh my God. Didn't realize it was actually going to launch it. How do I turn this off? Help! Okay, did I just turn it off? That's the thing I want. Allow your controller to open game bar. I don't really want to change anything. But I don't know how to disable game bar. Is that what we've just done? Let's refresh this to see if it's okay. Nothing's changed in this at the moment. And maybe to actually disable it, the only way to do it is via the registry. But as I say, I don't want to touch anything that isn't default, because I want this as my reference environment where I can just say, if there's an update, yeah, resume updates. Just want to keep this on the very latest Windows. I did notice the other day that after doing this cumulative update, my latency mon numbers did come down a bit. So this update here, this KB5034848, I swear my latency numbers came down after running that. Yeah, game bar interferes with lots of things. You don't want it. Yeah, shadow play. Yeah. Control G. Want it gone. All right, so I think I'm probably going to leave it there. You guys don't want to sit and watch me download 1% of the latest cumulative update preview for Windows 11 version 23 H2. So I'm going to go and put some lunch on, and I'll think of some more things to test after lunch, and hopefully you guys can come back and laugh at me then. All right? So cheerio for now. I'll catch you after lunch.